Hello friends, this is Mia, a fully rigged Cinema 4D character with a face rig. You can also use her with Mixamo mocap and the R23 mocap system in Cinema 4D if you don't animate her yourself. But you do have a full set of controllers if you need them for hand animation, and you can use her in personal and commercial projects without any problems. Let's get in and see how she actually works.
Need rigs? Ace5 Studios has rigs.
So when you receive the Mia file, you will get 3 files in here, 3 C4D files: Octane, Redshift, and standard materials. You also get the Mia Mixamo Joints FBX, which you can upload to Mixamo to get your animations. Go check out tutorials in my YouTube channel or just in the tutorials button thing on the product page. This is the text folder, very important, has textures in it. Link and end user license agreement. So we're going to open up a standard one back here. And let's have a look at the controllers. First, we have the face controllers. Zoom in here on the face. And we have this big yellow one, controls the eyes. As you can see, the eyelids also follow along with it. These guys, all of these are move controllers, so you can move them up and down, and you can also rotate them to get different shapes of the eyes. You can always reset whenever you have something somewhere and you want to reset it back to default, you hit the reset transform button, which is, depending on your cinema version, could be here, where you just hit reset transform. I recommend binding it to a shortcut. So I have reset transform. This one here, I have it down to tilde-x. Probably default of F6, but check what it is in your version of Cinema. And yeah, so eyebrows, same thing. We can move them up and down. We can move them both together at the same time. Grab each one individually. Up and down moves it this way. Left and right changes whether it bends in or out. So you have that kind of control there. Next, you have the individual eye controllers. So this yellow one controls both the eyes together. These little circles here control them individually. So you can grab them here. If you don't like the glasses, they are in the mesh and in head stuff, and there's this thing called glasses. Just Alt and click on these twice and you can hide them. Further down, we have the mouth key controller, which we can smile. I don't have much limits on how far you can drag these. So obviously this is too far. Usually a good smile is just pretty subtle. We have these controllers. We have this controller here to get the lip to move down and up. If you need to show the teeth, you can move it left and right to roll the lip. You can also move the whole mouth with this little with this button here. So depending on what kind of expression you want. And this little controller here will open the mouth. Inside the mouth, there's a tongue. The tongue has 2 controllers here. This one controls the general rotation of it. And this one below lets you push it in and out. So rotating up and down brings it up and down, and also twists it left and right. Don't push it out too far because it gets weird, but you can if you want to. Also, when you select this controller, you also have this wavy time thing, which if you press play, you will get this wave of a tongue, and you can change the speed of it, and you can disable it as well. So that might be handy. Now let's bring these guys back to reset PSR. If you want to reset lots of controllers to the defaults, just middle click on face rig stuff and just hit reset PSR or reset transform, and it'll all go back to where it was. Stop the play button. Okay, next let's have a look at the full body rig. We can grab the screen controller to control the movement of the whole body. This yellow controller here will let you rotate just the hips, which is convenient because this one will control the whole upper body. Both the arms and the legs both have IK/FK switches. So right now this is IK, but if you click here and you switch this to FK, you can now just control these ones like regular FK. Switch it back to IK. Remember that also you have this for the elbow controllers, so you can direct which way the elbow goes. I have a proper FK IK tutorial what benefits are on my channel, so go have a look there. These are shoulder controllers, which lets you do shrugging animations, and also generally when you move your arms up to some position, you often want to make sure that the shoulder, the shoulder is also rotated correctly. As you notice, there's also some of these controllers you can move you can just do the move on them, which gives you some freedom to animate, but it makes things look wonky. Including, for example, this mouth controller here. You can drag this guy very far, and it gets pretty weird. But you have that option if you need it. Here we have the neck controller, so if you want to control the head, you can tilt her that way. A bit of counter animation there, but it's possible. Then you have the rotations for the chest and the hips, the waist. The legs also have a similar setup to the legs, to the arms. So if you select these, this is IK. If this thing gets in your way, it's just this thing at the end, you can just hide it. So, but the legs here, they do have slightly more controllers than the hands because they have these heel rotate, ball rotate, toe wiggle. And again, you can switch to FK and then you have the same kind of controls where you can just FK animate stuff. Switch this back to OK, reset transform, and you can right click on these little arrows here to reset them to the default value. So you just right click and they'll go back. Also for the fingers, we have selection sets. We have selection sets for a lot of stuff actually. Here's selection sets, and you can select what you want to move. So for example, you can select by double clicking on this little icon here, you can select hips plus legs. So oops, when you move, if you move it, this happens. Just hit undo or reset transform. What you want to make sure is your per object, oops, something moved, do undo here. When you use the move tool to move something, like if you select these guys, sometimes move tool, sometimes here you have per object transform, which is useful, which we'll see later in the fingers. But in this case, if you want them to move them all together in one direction, if you want to move them all on the x-axis, you don't get this problem, you want to turn this off and then they will move together. If you're getting this funky behavior in general, and this is correctly set, sometimes you have to just turn it on and off and it'll go back to normal. So if you're getting funky rotations, this is probably the culprit. It's an axis, or also I think in the older versions, it was just in one of the other tabs here, like this was coordinates or something. So yeah, later we have hips and IK hands, same concept. So we can select both the IK hands and the hips and move them together if you need it. Then we have right fingers and left fingers. So let's go left fingers here, hit S to focus. If we hit rotate now and we hit this green axis here, we can easily curl the fingers together into a fist pretty quickly. If you have a problem with rotating them and they're being wonky, maybe again you have this per object transform turned on. So if it's, for example, if you rotate and it just goes like this, it's because this is turned off. So make sure it's turned on for the fingers, and then you'll be able to just click and you can rotate them all together. Handy feature right there. Okay, next we have head and hand stuff. As you can see here, we have these bunny ears which move together with the head, and we also have the glasses, and they're in the mesh folder. There's this thing called mirror head stuff, and here's some of the glasses are also hidden. If you want anything to follow the head, just put them into this null and it'll follow the head. So if we just make a cube and we bring it up here and we make it smaller, and I don't know what it is, could be just something on her nose. Oops. We can just stick it into the head stuff. And now when the head moves, the cube will move with it. So it's just a very handy little thing. And we have exactly the same thing for the hand stuff and the for left and right hand stuff. So if you want her to hold something like this cube, let's move it towards the hand. Put it inside the hand here, and then just parent it to the left hand stuff. And now when you move the hand, the cube will move together with it. So if you want to put like a weapon or a suitcase or a tennis racket, it's all in there. And next thing we want to have a look at is clothes, because Mia does come with some clothes. So if you scroll down here in your mesh folder, you will have this clothes null. And currently we have the sports outfit, but we do also have pants with jeans pants here. Let's just hide our shorts, and we have a string tank top, hide our t-shirt. Oops, that's our t-shirt. It's available. Sports bra. There you go. So we have this kind of outfit, and we have a leather jacket here. And also without the leather jacket, we also have this t-shirt, which is just a basic t-shirt, which works without the jacket if you need that too. They're all attached with surface deformers, so they're pretty easy to modify. I have a different tutorial about customizing character parts for my 5K set, so have a look there. Same concept here. Yeah, and you can obviously change the materials on these. Each object has materials. They have a normal map here, so if you're using a new material and you want to maintain these kind of materials, just make sure you use this normal map. You can copy it into a different material, and you can change the color to whatever you want. They're also UV mapped, so you can add like textures of cloth and whatever you find online to them. Yeah, and finally, this Mia also has the mocap abilities of for R23 and mix ammo. The constraint tag is right here, so right click on it and then go select child tag of the same type. Disable it. Transform. No, where is it? Icon there. Turn it off, and now your controller should stop working, and then just use either the pose morph or the R23 motion solver. Just this one already has some animation built in, so just go basic, enable it, and there you go. You have animation of Mia waving. Thanks for watching, and as always, remember, if you need rigs, Ace5 Studios has rigs. We have free rigs up here that you can use in your personal projects. We have Marty and Mia and 5JPack for explainers and arms and legs, and Maria has a bunch of cats and animals you can use. And here, if you go through, Marty has a full face rig, which you can, it's lots of functionality. You can use them in your projects. Mia is also fully rigged. You can use her as a host or to sell your product. Also have the arms and legs pack, which you can put together to build your own characters. And they're already rigged, so you don't need to do any weight painting. You just have to stick them together and ready to go. Or you have 5J people for your explainer videos and other stuff. So don't forget to check it out, and see you next time.